All right, so hello and welcome. And today what I'm going to be going over is how to create a coil pot that expands one that shrinks, that narrows in. So if you saw the last coil pot video, we were basically building the coil pot straight up. So the circumference of the coils was the same circumference as the rim of the pot. If you want to change the shape of your pot, you have to change the circumference of your coils. So this is the pot that we're going to be working with. It's just a pinch pot with one coil that I attached to it. So I already have some coils made out. So if I wanted to build this pot straight up so that it looks kind of like this one, where it kind of just looks like a normal cup, I would wrap my coil around the rim of the pot and make it the exact same circumference of the pot, okay? If I want to make it a little bit wider so that the pot comes out, I'm not going to put the coil completely on the outer edge of the rim, but I like kind of like so it's like halfway on, halfway off. All right, and then basically the same process of a coil pot is I cut the ring to the measurement that I need, and then I score and slip this up. So let me do that. So I'm scoring. Let's go on the rim of the pot and the coil. Actually, I'm gonna do the other side of the coil as well, just to make it a little bit easier when I'm ready to add the next coil on. All right, cool. So now I'm going to add water. I'm gonna use a paintbrush to add water to this just to make it a little bit faster, but you can use your hands. So I'm adding water, and then I'm gonna put the coil onto the pot so that the scratches are touching. And then using a wooden tool, I'm gonna start blending. So if you notice that your coil pots tend to expand like a vase or a bowl instead of going straight upward like a cup, it's likely because your coil circumference is a little bit wider than the rim of your pot, which is fine if that's what you're going for, but it's not fine if it's not what you're going for. So if it's not what you're going for, you just want to be extra careful when you are measuring to make sure that it is the same measurement as the rim. All right. Okay, that's good enough for what we're doing. All right, next is how to get the pot to shrink. So as you can see that the pot is expanding a little bit, and if I continue to lay down coils that were slightly wider and slightly wider, it would continue to sort of come out like a bowl, kind of like this shape a little bit. So to make it a little bit more narrow, it's kind of the exact opposite. So instead of having it half on, half off with it being a little bit wider, it's gonna go half on, half off towards the middle of the pot. See how the edges are lining up? And you don't wanna make too much of a drastic jump because otherwise your pot will collapse. So now I'm gonna score and slip. I already scored that side. Add water, put it on, make sure that it's on the inner part of the rim. And then same thing as before, I'm gonna start blending. Right, then I just did the outside, now I'm gonna do the inside. That's pretty good for what we're trying to do. So as you can see, the pot comes out a little bit and then it comes in a little bit, and it comes in where I made the coil circumference a little bit smaller, and it bows out where I made this coil circumference a bit wider. Yeah, happy building.